Alright agents, Epic Slayers here, welcome back to a brand new Division video. So the Division 2 has smashed the beta registration record for Ubisoft, which is pretty crazy. It was set by the Division 1, and actually they've revealed, without any real hard evidence, but no exact numbers, but they've revealed that the registrations this time around are about 4 times higher than the Division 1, which is a staggering amount of people, I imagine. Consider this, the Division 1, when it was released, had the highest first day sales for Ubisoft in history, and I think it's their fastest selling game ever, and also holds the most sales for Ubisoft ever as well. The Division 2 beta alone has quadrupled the registrations for this game, so you can imagine that the Division 2, when it comes out, is going to be probably the fastest selling game for Ubisoft ever. One of the biggest games ever as well, I imagine. As long as everything goes right, of course. And today I wanted to just go over what I think are the reasons for this. Now, there's no script here. I'm just going to speak freely. So if I'm not coherent, then you know why. So the reasons. I think the first reason is that the E3 reveal, the trailer that we saw for the Division 2 was, in my opinion, pretty amazing. It was the best E3 reveal, in my opinion. I'm absolutely 100% jealous of the people who got to go there, the Ubisoft star players. I'm a little bit salty I didn't get an invite, but you know, that's for another day. Ultimately, I'm happy for those people, and I wish I could have gone. And when I watched the reveal, I was blown away. As blown away as I was by the first one, actually more so than the first one. And they revealed a lot of stuff that people have wanted to see for a long time, but they haven't revealed so much that people already know everything. And that's important. We got enough that people are intrigued, but not so much that people already know everything that's coming to the game. And that's important to keep that sort of speculation up and keep that intrigue. So I am a little bit biased, obviously, towards that E3 showcase, but I do think, and I think most of you who watch these videos, you know, you're massive Division fans, so I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me there. Now, we got to remember that the Division itself was, as I said before, like the fastest selling Ubisoft game ever. So there was a lot of people that wanted to play that game. And unfortunately, a lot of those people actually stopped playing the game once they reached the end game, because there wasn't really an end game at all in the Division 1, certainly when it was launched. And also there was a lot of bugs and glitches. The game came out very, very unfinished, and a lot of those people just effectively, you know, hung up their towel and said goodbye. But those are the same people that would be intrigued to play the Division 2, because those changes, at least from the trailer, appear to be addressed. So the trailer itself, I'm not going to go into massive detail because, you know, I could be here forever. But there are a couple of things that I think need to be highlighted that most people would have picked up on that I think are good things. So firstly, the Division 2 trailer looks, or the actual movement and the gameplay looks a lot more tactical. And that was something the first game never really got right, because I don't think the Division really knows where it is. It doesn't know whether it's a sort of run and gun type game or it's a loot-based shooter. It's meant to be not a loot-based shooter, a cover-based shooter. It's meant to be a cover-based shooter. It doesn't play like a cover-based shooter, is effectively what I'm saying. Whereas the Division 2, looking at the trailer at least, and I don't know what the final game is going to have, but looking at the trailer, it looks more like a cover-based shooter. And I think that's what most people wanted. At least that's what they wanted. Whether that plays out well or not, I'm not so sure. And I may do another video about that, because I'm not so sure personally whether a cover-based shooter would work that well. Not as well as the Division has anyway, but anyway, that's for another day. Secondly, it was revealed that the time to kill on enemies is lowered, and that includes yourself. So you're easier to kill, but you kill people easier. That includes obviously other agents, and I imagine NPCs as well. And you can see that in the gameplay. It's far less bullet spongy. And whilst I didn't personally have a problem with bullet sponge in the Division, otherwise I wouldn't have so much time in the Division, a lot of people did. A lot of people just didn't understand that you could put 60 bullets in what appears to be just a normal person's head who's wielding an axe, and they wouldn't die. But that's just not how the game was built. It was built to be a bullet spongy, loot-based game, and people didn't really get that. And yeah, the first one is kind of that fine line between fantasy and real world, and they didn't really get that. So I think the second one is going for more real world, less fantasy, and I think that's what most people wanted as well. And lastly, and I'll mention this because it has been discussed a little bit, and maybe subconsciously people haven't realised, but the Division 2, with its setting and the time of its release and all that sort of stuff, ultimately it is a little bit political. And, you know, the devs may not own up to it, and I don't think they have. I know they've talked about it, and they've said that in some ways it is, some ways it isn't. They've not really owned up to it. It is a little bit political with the current situation in America. It's not really a situation, but the current state of American affairs. So subconsciously, I think people want to get involved in that. They like stuff that's real world. And that might be, again, another reason why they wanted to sign up to the beta. One of the main reasons why the beta was been signed up for by a lot of people, clearly, is it's so quick and easy to register. Whilst you're not guaranteed a beta place, all you got to do is go on and you pretty much sign up within seconds pretty quickly. We also know that with the Division 2, the emphasis is on the endgame. Again, something that people really wanted from the Division 1. The emphasis is on the endgame for the Division 2. They mentioned raids. Something that I would automatically think of Destiny, those massive raids that take hours, that require a group, that require synergy. We do know something similar to that is coming in the Division 2, and people love that sort of stuff. People who play Destiny, who are not happy with the state of Destiny, who perhaps want to get involved in something else which is similar in respect to raids, for example, may find that in the Division 2. So it's piqued that interest. And we also know as well that we are getting a full year of free content. That'll be free DLCs. And who doesn't like free stuff? I know I do. I know most people love free stuff. And free stuff right now is where it's at. So people are automatically signing up knowing they're going to get free stuff, at least for the first year of the Division. So there you go, guys. I mean, it's pretty staggering that it's 4 times higher than Division. And the beta's only been live for about a month after the June reveal. So yeah, pretty staggering, and I want to get your guys' feedback in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the reasons why the Beta 2 registration has smashed Ubisoft records. With that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It would help me out if you dropped a like, subscribed if you're new, and until the next one, Epic out.